Before I start with what I have, I just want to thank Konsaki and the people that are working with him for also gathering a lot of stuff on them and truly showing what KNS is all about. Okay. Uh, Probably the videos has been shared about them already, but you can go also watch it as well on your free will. But this is what I'm about to show you is pretty much the last ever mention about KNS, and that'll be like the end for them. What we have is just what we have is admission by another person and guilt, and truly shows like everything we shown was actually real.
True.
Or
When did
well,
this happen? Was this last
This
night?
was literally like
several
4
hours?
a.m.
So this is
today,
just several hours ago.
Yep.
correct,
All right.
correct. Yes, sir.
We
Okay.
played him like a fiddle, buddy.
To even the fact that the how we even got this was all we played a game of
Luck.
chess. Well,
And
I like to
chess.
think more of chess. Yeah, luck
Well,
and
The
chess.
luck was the initial contact was the luck.
Pretty much.
Well, we don't have to reveal too much of that in case you want to do some more stuff and you don't want to out all your secrets. But yeah, basically, I guess that's your guys' process. So feel free to explain that as much as you'd like. Yeah, thank you for $2. Can your last
Yeah, I'll let
another
Sam-
go? True.
I'll let Sam talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam. This is all you. So this happened only
Should
a few
I-
hours ago, and yeah, go ahead.
Correct. A few hours ago. All right. Long story short, I'm not gonna go in details to not expose any further stuff because, from that interaction, there's gonna be more eyes on people, but I'm not gonna go in details on that. But I will say, long story short, during the first initial phase of trying to expose KNS and see what they're really truly about, a person who was a higher rank on the KNS decided to leave KNS and come to us and be like, "Hello, I would like to tell you everything you need to know about KNS." At first, she seemed very genuine and actually willing to share information, but then she started being off about it and just act weird and whatnot. So we started suspecting of her just trying to, bait or like look for something. We never really knew what she was trying to find or get from us. So I gave her a timeline. I'm like, listen, her name is Anita. I'm just gonna name drop because I generally don't care. They can go fuck themselves.
Mm-hmm. So Anita, you said Anita was like the person, like highest person in there underneath the actual owner herself, basically.
Pretty much, she's an HR for KNS. Yes, Anita Sausage. Yeah, some of you know her. And
How people know.
That's her fucking name.
Okay.
Anita Sausage.
Yep.
So you guys tried talking with her. You gave her a day to prepare because you thought she was gonna try and like fake something or bullshit you guys, and then she ended up
Exactly.
running away, never ended up doing it, and changed her names and stuff, right?
Exactly. Changed her whole identity, bio, everything about her. Correct. And still talks to Kishi, even though she said she's stopped communicating with her. But I'm pretty sure we are actually pretty sure that she still talks to her. But I I don't know at this point.
By the way, huge shout out to Watcher because we wouldn't even have known this was her if he wasn't there.
Based.
By the way, we would have had no idea if this was even her if that dude was not there.
True. That is also correct.
See, this is what happens when like I said, they've been trying to suppress this shit, but like now we have a lot of eyes everywhere, and people know things, and I think the general person, the average person, I think wants justice and doesn't want these fucking weirdos to try and sweep everything under the rug every time. So we're too big to fail at this point, I would say. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
anyways,
And not only that, I'll say one thing to everyone this is one last statement before I show everything. Guys, never be really afraid of just coming out with anything you would like to come out with. With KNS, you don't have to come out anymore because this is like the end for them. Or for any actual like really, really unfortunate cases, you can always just let us know or just DM me personally. You don't need to overwhelm the server, like with actual proper evidence and context. It's good, it's very good that we're cleaning these VR chat streets out here, right? From these retarded pedos. But other than that, I'll pull the videos now and explain bit by bit on how Or what happened?
Wait, here we go.
You guys have no idea how many people are working on shit like this that we're working on behind the scenes. It's not just us four. Not even close. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to come out, because if you come out with some shit and it's good and legit, or even, you know, if it's somewhat good, or, you know, as long as it's something that's unacceptable, we're pretty much all going to be behind you and working on getting this shit taken care of. Anyway, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Crumble, for the 1999.
Yes,
2 steps
sir.
ahead. Everybody, W
Crumble, by the
Crumble.
way.
Damn right.
Yeah, I saw that. It got me.
Does
W
does Sam
Crumble,
get paid?
guys.
Actually, listen, guys.
Damn.
There's actually people like
W
3
Crumble.
people questioned me about that. Yeah, first of all, W Crumble. Listen,
W
I'm
Crumble.
not doing this for. I'm not doing this for like to get paid or get recognized. I really don't give a shit. Like I was always like behind the scenes, but I'm happy to just I was given like just the opportunity to showcase everything that is bad. I'm not doing this for to get paid or whatnot. I'm actually just showing it for VR chat to be safer and hopefully get to be 18 plus or whatnot and just spread awareness. Really, that's all I ask for. I don't want to join an instance where there's kids, exposed to these type of stupid behaviors and a lot of disgusting shit.
Like tonight, we literally just saw that kid. Remember that kid in the B
Oh
club?
yeah. Long story short about that. After this whole thing, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go around and see what I can find to, see what's going on. Not 5 minutes later, I see 2 people ERPing in a public world, and there was a kid in there, and I just kind of fucking
And they were trying
crashed
to
out
get
on
in
them.
the room.
Yeah, he'd got in the room actually,
Yeah,
There
he
but
was
I
did
just
get in
told him
there.
to fucking block him.
Someone said she deleted the adult diaper channel on the server. It was in the part where you don't have to be
The
verified.
fuck?
Wait,
Jesus
really?
Christ, man.
Wow.
All right, let's get this video rolling. Give us I'm sure you can give a little context while you get it playing here.
Absolutely, I'll give you every context.
All right.
And not only did he find people group ERPing in that world, by the way, or one group of people, he found like fucking 4 groups of people in the same world doing it
It's everywhere.
over the course of 30 minutes.
There's like a pretty large portion of that game that are just going on there and like fucking like real talk. But anyways, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but this person, Escalade, whatever, this is what's her name?
Anita Sausage.
Okay, so this is her. She changed her identity, and she was found only several hours ago. And what instance is this?
House party.
The jungle
instance.
house party.
The
Jungle house party.
party.
The jungle is the group or something, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this
Yes.
is the house party world, the jungle group apparently. So like I said, we have eyes everywhere. It's changed her name, so that's her, and she again was the person pretty much immediately under Kishi and Kingsters and Stoners. So pretty much the highest person in there, underneath the owner herself, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay, I think I set that. So okay, you can take it from here.
All right. So I'll just explain the context from here all the way to here in just one simple, short explanation. This is where this shit begins, but I'm just going to explain this whole video out. Long story short, I got a tip off from this lovely watcher, man.
Yeah,
that
thank you, Trucker,
I was
for $2.
wall hopping. And I was live streaming it. And then I've seen this person, Mr. Watcher here, tells me, hey, this is Anita Sausage. Pretty much tipped off. And I was like, okay, time to create a little bait for them. Instead of just going and confronting them and, just being an absolute dumbass, I've decided to use Watcher as the bait. He was okay with it, I guess. Don't worry about it. I definitely did not force him to do so. He was okay with it. And what
He
I made
definitely
him
held a gun
do,
to his head, by the way.
anyway, what I wanted him to do is try to bring up the situation very lightly, like, oh, are you the Anita, the same person who runs KNS? Just try to bait and bait
Uh-huh.
and bait and bait for them to just explode and talk
Did
about it.
she like deny it or?
So I'm not gonna show because there's a lot of cursing and slurs
Okay.
and whatnot because these people are drunk, dumb fucks.
I see.
Specifically
much-
from Shadow right there.
Yeah, from Shadow. This guy. I'll just say this guy said lolly and cheese pizza
Uh-huh.
doesn't really matter.
And he
Of
said,
course.
who gives a shit about P and C You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Uh,
nobody gives a shit about that stuff.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not gonna play the rest of this.
okay.
Pretty much, just throw the bait,
Just
make
the
them
average
rage.
person you would expect to be hanging around like higher ups in these VR chat groups. Anyways,
Yep.
go carry on.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
You throw the bait, throw the bait, throw the bait until they crash out. And once they crash out, that's what the initial self-admission guilt comes in. It's all that's why I meant was I was playing chess, or we were playing chess, because instead of just going in straight and asking her questions, we just threw some bit of baits, and she caught on to some few, and then a crash out happened. He obviously, I told him in a Discord call, hey, okay, time to leave, because this guy came in here. He was called here, and he wanted to know what's going on, because you know
So
it
that's the
all worked
security
out.
for the forest group, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted to know the context before kicking Watcher, and I was like, okay, that's as soon as he said that, I'm like, Watcher, I need you to leave the room immediately, because what she's gonna do, I had predicted it. She's gonna be a dumbass and explain everything to Nia, and Watcher left the room, and I was right. And then it seemed like he didn't want to leave, like they wanted to stay. Then I was like, Watcher, I don't think they're gonna I don't think they're gonna fall for it. So come back to the room and start arguing again. They start arguing again for purposely to make the room loud so they cannot hear each other. So that's why they went to the private room here. And this show where it begins.
And so just to clarify, you're
Watcher.
invisible, right? Like you're not. They don't see you.
Yes, I'm invisible. I can hear them. Deaf tools, quote unquote. Anyway,
Yeah.
they
So
were
they
not
don't
able
see
to
him
see me
standing
or hear
here.
me.
Yeah. So he's basically
Yes.
a fly on the wall observing this conversation.
Exactly.
The person Watcher is a helper for the YouTuber Glass and Sam and Ergbla. They're VR chat YouTube streamers, and they go around to groups and try to start drama in them and try to plant evidence.
That is false information. We
plant
never
evidence.
planted evidence. Also, it's kind of funny she mentioned me as a YouTuber, even though I'm not. But anyway, we never planted evidence. It's all clear. And also, some people from the community themselves, our communities,
Oh, wait,
one on the
apparently,
Discord themselves.
apparently Neo is the owner of the forest, by the way, according to chat here.
Yep. He is.
Really?
Okay. Yes, that's the owner
Oh,
of their
interesting.
group. So there you go. There's another group that can go downhill potentially. But anyways, go ahead.
Potentially true. Just to
We
clarify,
just have to wait and see.
Also, let me just say this too. Right there off the bat is exactly what I was talking about earlier. They try to dismiss the evidence we have against them as us being like trolls or like trying just to, raid people or something or whatever the fuck she said. Plant evidence. Like, no, we're not planting evidence. You're actually just a fucking weirdo. Anyways, go ahead.
correct?
Try to get one way or another. They're the people who are currently recording and doing the shit with KNS. And now they are following me around because they wanted to use me as their little insight, get them what I can on KNS. And I was like, I'm not doing it because y'all aren't willing to wait for me to get evidence. So I removed all of them and went on with my day.
Now, this part, I will admit to one thing. We have a lot of resources as a team. And I will admit to one thing. When you are with a group of pedos and retarded people, I will say we need to put a fucking watch list on her. And that's exactly what happened. There was a watch list. People were doing their own thing. And that's how we found her. And that's how we got this shit. That's true. I will admit to that. But it's all for a good cause anyway. It doesn't really matter. We don't care if you're fucking ERPing and whatnot. But we just really wanted the honest truth here. And the part which she said is, hey, you didn't wait for me. I gave you a timeline, which is 1 day to prepare everything because you said you can bring it very fast. I'm trying to get it and whatnot. You kept just lying and lying. But then after you saw we weren't buying your bullshit, you were like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. And you didn't remove anyone. You just made a new identity. You never left anyone. You just made a new username, new everything because you're a bitch. That's it.
And now they found out that I'm hanging out here, and they're following me here, and they're trying to record me and put me on YouTube and shit like that. And I don't want it to come to Jungle. I'm just blocking them.
Too late.
Moving on. He's currently up there
Too late.
trying to incite shit still. It's the Watcher dude.
Don't worry about it. The jungle's protected.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Protected by who?
You're safe with us.
The jungle. Because of that statement, and because I did hear some things about you motherfuckers, I'm gonna keep my eyes on you. That's a promise,
Oh,
but that's not for now. The jungle is another part. But what even made me want to even look into the jungle more
So,
is
like
because
I
this
said,
statement right
Yeah.
here.
you know, I'm sure you've heard all the allegations they tried to hit me with because
Oh.
success
No.
kept going up. No, really, yeah, they tried to make fake receipts. They've done this and that. I mean, everything's been disproven, but the fact that they attempted to do that
People
just
go
shows
after.
Wait,
This
why
is
did it
currently
say?
hearsay.
Why did it say they like were doing that? You know
No
what I mean?
idea.
I think he just meant they, whoever was
Yeah.
perpetrating the.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, but it's
Listen,
like they're
that's-
bunching us into that. Like he's like trying to level with her. Like, oh yeah, they're trying to do the same shit to me. Like acting like we're to be dismissed. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
Group owners all the.
This is hearsay. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Like, maybe he did actually disprove them, and people are just making up bullshit
Sure.
because VR Chat is a own degenerate losers who just make up shit.
True.
But regardless, that doesn't excuse anything. I am still gonna look into these fuckers. Or we.
Facts.
The only thing that's like bad about the Kishi thing is
Here we go. This is where she's gonna cook, guys.
because she has like minors that have joined the Discord
First admission.
and could see porn and shit like that in her Discord. And technically she's not breaking TOS, but it's like people were posting content in there when they were not age verified.
Second admission. There you go.
And she just
Wait,
wasn't doing
is
anything
not
about it.
against TOS? Wait, how is it not? Wait, how is
So
Now she's gonna explain the part about it's blaming her Discord, and now she's gonna say Kishi, the best angle to work for her defense is using is blame to Discord. That's her only line of defense she has, and you're about to hear it.
how like not safe for work channels work to get around TOS so you can technically still have them public is you have to mark them as not safe for work, so people have to click a button accepting that they're 18 plus. So technically that doesn't fall back on Kishi. That's the loophole she's clinging to.
Admission number 3.
So because she was posting CNC,
We got her.
DDLG,
We got her.
age regression, age play,
We got her.
porn,
Admission number 4 or 5. I lost count, honestly.
and her Discord.
Wait.
Like herself, she was posting it.
One moment, Watcher.
And that's what people are going after her for.
That's a lie, not just because of the porn, because of their shitty moderation, unprotected moderated instances, a lot of other things. But she's trying to be an angel here, but she's a fucking dumbass.
I mean, so yeah, I messaged you as well.
This is irrelevant. I'm just gonna go to the next clip here. Same thing, but I just decided to start re-recording.
If this is such a big issue, why haven't they lost all of that support? I'm not saying I'm wishing bad on.
Oh, they
bad
have.
upon them.
That's the thing. KNS is fucking crumbling.
6 admission.
Like
Feed me more.
they're not sitting at the top of the group in
Shout out
at
Crumble.
the top of the rooms anymore. Kishi's not hosting dungeon nights anymore. She is banned. I think by the end of ban wave, she got banned from like 22 different bars.
Oh,
She's not allowed to have the Patreon with Sunset anymore. She's like banned from the Sunset stuff. She's lost everything. She's just operating out of it. She doesn't have the Patreon anymore. She's not allowed to.
Watcher, leave the.
Wait,
And
real
that
quick,
is-
for those asking who this is is she the former like HR person of the group, whatever the fuck that means. Basically the highest person underneath Kishi herself, right?
E,
Or somewhere like that.
somewhere like that. And yes, pretty much.
She's lost everything.
Now, that is true. Members wise, she is losing it. Patreon, she lost it. Blacklisted from groups, she lost it. But now you're about to hear why she is still doing what she's doing. And that just proves that she is a one piece of son of a bitch.
She just exists because of her numbers. But people are
There you go. Let me repeat that one more time.
everything. She just exists because of her numbers.
You know what? Third time, just for the content.
Everything. She just
It's worse,
exists
though.
because of her numbers. But people are
Because of her numbers.
starting to figure out and starting to leave. And she's freaking out about it. That's why she cares more about numbers. This is what I've said to multiple people.
Uh-huh.
She's cared more about numbers than the safety of the adults in her group.
Ooh.
Numbers than the safety
Again?
multiple people. She's cared more about numbers than the safety of the adults in her group.
Damn.
Because she sets up a really dangerous environment that allows minors in.
I mean,
Oh, nah,
Damn.
brother. No
wow.
way.
I mean,
Poked them.
Wait, let's keep playing. Let's
And
keep
I know
playing.
this firsthand because I have to remove minors from Dungeon Night.
Boom.
Oh,
Dungeon Night is
Oh no.
quote unquote verified only 18 instance where they like to virtually have sex, all right? But we both know it's not. It's not. Now we know it's
yo,
not
thank
really
you, Sketch, for the
verified
$2 and Kunir as
because
well.
wow, this is something. All right.
From a not safe for work event, I have to remove minors
Oh.
when it should be
Once again for content
this
as well.
environment that allows minors in. And I know this firsthand because I have to remove minors from Dungeon Night. From a not safe for work event, I have to remove minors when it should be
Keep it going.
ID verified group only.
I
That's
was definitely not getting turned on by that.
the only people that should be allowed in. But she doesn't. She fought us on it, and she said, "I don't care anymore. Someone else can host it." And I was like, "Okay, if you don't care about your group, neither do I." And I left.
Don't talk until she's done.
And just that simple.
Because I can't remove anything in post.
I sat there.
And all of this is useless because someone decided to be an asshole and crash everything. But, well, that's everything.
Yo, 199 from Dark Fairy. She banned me for saying this minors. Yeah, and that's the thing. As Dark just said, Dark Fairy said she banned me for saying this minors. Yeah, if you say this stuff, you will be banned, which makes no sense. Like, why not just take accountability and say, you know, this is what happened? Like, that's why it makes me feel like all this shit coming out, it's not just a one-off situation. It's like she just doesn't care. Like, that was her, essentially one of the former highest ranking people in their group, saying that she strep doesn't care and she has to keep removing minors from their instances, and Kishi just straight up does not give a fuck. So there you go. I mean,
well.
I'm gonna assume that they'll have some issues with each other after that being leaked. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, supposedly they're still on good terms, but I don't think Kishi is gonna like her anymore after that coming out. I don't know.
Fuck no, that shit is definitely getting leaked.
That is definitely getting leaked, and that'll be the end of KINS. People who are still gonna go there and engage with them, you know who they are. You know what the type of people they're gonna be. But for the woke-minded people who actually want to change and realize, you better leave that group and report it, and report the Discord while at it.
True.
But self-admission right there, admission of guilt. I don't know what you guys want more, honestly.
I mean, that's not even the first staff member that told us they had to remove minors from their 18+ Dungeon Night events. That's not even the first
Correct.
time. The other girl, even though she shut down to us because she was getting DM'd or something or whatever, like, and got scared and left, made conversation on stream, she did tell us that she had to get someone's VR kid that was a 15-year-old out of their Dungeon Night event. So that's 2 staff members right there admitting that there's minors being invited to these 18+ only events. And apparently, as explained by this former staff member, pretty much is saying that Kishi literally does not care that there's kids in there. Like, not even that they're just negligent. It's just like she doesn't care. Like, to me, that sounds like she's aware of it and just doesn't mind at all and just ignores it, or probably, I don't know. And you know, that's just why it's more weird that she has in her Discord, she has like Kishi's littles roles. So it's like, I mean, how many of these littles are kids? You know, like at least one, I'm sure. So it's like it's not a this isn't age aggression. This is pedophilia at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
It's weird as fuck.
Like, you could like, it's very convenient to say that's what's going on because it's a very similar thing, I suppose, right? Like, if you were trying to pretend that you weren't a predator, you're like, no, I'm just an age aggressor. I'm just into, you know, we're just into pretending we're kids. But doesn't that mean you're gonna take advantage if there is actually a kid? No, that's where we draw the line. Is it though? Is it really? I don't think so.
Shit is crazy, bro. It reminds me of like maps. I don't know if y'all know what that is, like the minor attracted person shit that was going around on Twitter a little while ago. Like, that's what this is giving right now.
I
Like,
believe
just
it.
a roundabout way of saying you're a pedo.
Yeah, I just think you shouldn't be allowed to. It's just so weird. Like I said, like a different time on a previous stream. If you're doing this age regressing shit, I already have very, very, massive red flags about you as a person. As soon as there's just any little thing at all involving kids, it's like all that, like any like understanding and like whatever I have for your kink or whatever the fuck just goes out the window. It's like I already think it's weird as fuck, but if it's not harming anybody, then whatever, do your thing. But it's really hard to believe it's not harming anybody when it's that fucking out there. And then again, once it, now that we are seeing how many like kids are involved in this, it's just like I can't just respect that. Like it's hard to not pass judgment. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
No, totally.
Yep.
Yep, there it is. There you have it. So
Sam, did you check that person's groups yet?
Uh,
Because I am a bit curious to see whether or not they're in KNS.
I'll tell you when this. Let me check. You keep talking. Hold on.
yeah, speaking of that though, make sure you guys, if you ever see anybody that's in the KNS group, make sure you let them know what's going on over there. That's all I can say. Definitely let them know. If she's losing member support, she'll talk about it. I mean, not really. So far, she's just tried to cover it up. I mean, she's a disgusting fucking moron. Like, she's always going to have her group of people that support her just because that's how the group grew in the first place. Like, people are aware that she's a weird, disgusting, repulsive human that puts objects meant for children inside of her. That's part of her appeal to those people. So she's never going to lose those people. But, the ones that are ignorant, which I'm hoping is more than not, hopefully they will get the memo and leave. Disgusting, dude. I hate the term maps, just call them pedos. I mean, they try to call themselves that.
I mean, it's the exact same shit, man.
Yeah, thank you for the 5, Cinnamon.
It's just a different way of telling people you like kids.
Yeah. I just want to know how she's built. You made it sound like she's built like an atomic bomb or something. She's gross, dude.
Oh yeah, she's
Like-
built like a crock pot.
Yeah, like listen, if like all the weird shit she's doing aside, it's this like you would never, there's not a single ounce of any like there's nothing sexually appealing about her, to say the very least. Like it's just gross, man. Especially when you see her wearing a fucking diaper or big ass, and not in the good way. Make sure to upload the stronger events on second channel to avoid them to report the main one and mess with your work. Thank you for the 5 Kinyer. I don't even have a second channel, but I'm not worried about that shit. I mean, nobody's ever gotten any of my shit removed. The amount of times I get privacy complaints for exposing these fucking losers, it's never happened.
Hopefully, this what happened today with KNS should be like a wake up call to every group out there who involves themselves with minors. Because I swear to God, if you are not safe. I'll promise you that.
Yeah, thank you for the vibe, committee. Yeah, stick with guys, man. Girls are scary.
And once again, this always be the same. And I don't care what you do in VR chat. With a consenting adult, an adult with an adult, okay? But if you involve minors in any of your shady shit, it will not be pretty for you.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't have to do a lot of digging to identify the problem with this whole situation, okay? Your kink is literally about pretending to be children that you sexualize. It's not much of a stretch to be like, oh, wait, why? So you wouldn't do the real thing, though, right? Like, no, of course you would, you fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, that's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally sexualizing being an infant. Like this fucking, what was that guy's name? In the little baby chair, the fucking doo-doo dada. I keep forgetting his name.
Doo Dada. Yes, sir.
That fucking
It's
guy.
Donnie, whatever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Donnie 13, whatever the fuck. That guy. Trust me, there's nothing good going on in that guy's head behind closed doors. I mean, apparently not even open, in front of open doors either.
Kato. Wait, let me just respond to this, Kato. I don't care if they have the biggest numbers, they're still going to be targeted. I generally don't care if they have the VR chat staff team backing them. There will always be a target, and we will always show the true side of them.
Also sick of people defending her and saying it's because of trauma. Sorry, but not everyone sexualized trauma. I'm sorry, but it's true. Also, you having trauma doesn't justify exploiting children, of course. Like I don't give a shit what you've gone through. There's no justification that can be made for that. And just pretending that's not what's happening is just contributing to the problem. Like, that's what's happening here.
100%. Like, how many pedophiles have gone through like sexual trauma in their past? Does that make it okay for them to go ahead and do it to someone else? Pass that trauma on? No.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Tiny Boon.
Yes,
the $1.
trauma doesn't
Appreciate it.
excuse everything bad you do. It really doesn't.
Real age regression is uncontrollable and can be extremely dangerous as an adult in adult situations. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny. Like, I'm sure there's like something going on there, but it's like, keep that shit away from actual kids. Like, I'm gonna be judgmental. Like, I'll be judgmental about it, but I'll keep it to myself as long as you keep that shit to yourself with other consenting adults, which they just fail to do. That's pretty much as simple as it goes.
All right, breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Breaking news.
Oh.
What do you got for
Doesn't
us?
sound good.
I'm not gonna show it on. You're not gonna show it, but
Uh-oh. This ticket.
we have found her Twitter, and oh my God, she's in a lolly abbey, doing sexual behaviors. Sexual behaviors in a lolly abbey. Oh boy, oh boy.
What did they do to the Gmail app? Ew.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see where they got the.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, hold on. I see more diaper pictures on there.
Yeah. What a surprise! Is anyone surprised?
Jesus
No,
Christ.
it just shows more of what the type of person she is and the group she runs. For research, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
But anyway.
Who doesn't love a stinky diaper?
Jesus Christ, buddy.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck off YouTube and go somewhere different, man.
I know, right?
I just got here. What the fuck did I join to?
Office?
You joined to something.
Yeah.
It's poop
Everybody
maxing.
can do your statements, but I'll just say this one more
Dookie
time.
maxing.
I
What's up?
appreciate every single one of everyone who worked on everything on Kingsters and Johawk and everything else, trying to keep the game safe. Also, the Glass for keeping a promise, trying to make the game 18 plus. We will definitely keep trying and doing a lot of things to secure that. Hopefully,
Yeah.
regardless of what happens, even if the whole VR chat people looks down on us or VR chat admins, but the only thing we're just gonna do is put a middle finger up their ass and tell them go fuck yourself, and we will always keep fighting. And
Amen, brother.
Amen,
Amen,
indeed.
brother.
Amen.
Amen. And Kingsters Distorters and Joe Hawk, that guy, if you know the story about him. It's just the beginning. There's more to come. And for the people who runs these groups, once again, if you want to do some weird shit, go to a private instance and not a public one. And do
also,
not
if you go
involve
to
any minors.
Yeah, also when you go to the private one, do not invite the minors to the private one.
That is
That goes without saying.
That is also
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's a problem.
We're trying to avoid that as much.
How much
as
you want to
possible.
bet? They like say, no, we don't do things with minors. We literally have private group. I mean, didn't we hear that? People like, no, listen, they do they do private 18+ events. It's like, okay, well, it doesn't matter if
Talking
it's a
about the
private
fucking
18+
dungeon
event.
nights.
Yeah. Our dungeon nights are 18+ private events. We don't invite minors, or minors aren't in there. It's 18+. It's like, well, you're leaving out the part where you actually invite them in there. So doesn't matter. If just it kind of defeats the whole like purpose at that point. It's like, I don't know, man.
And I'll say this: even if you think you're safe in a group and you're doing this shit or in a public instance, trust me, we will know. Doesn't matter if you're a nobody or if you're someone. We will know. I swear.
We will find you.
We will find you. It's
Yeah,
like
there's
an actual.
people
It's an
giving us
actual
leads
promise
who
and
we
threat.
literally have never spoken to before, and they give us leads on shit like in the moment when it's happening, and we're always ready for it. So
Exactly. Like it's not a promise. It's a threat. Genuinely. And even if no one gives a shit, we will keep honestly looking and digging.
oh my god, did you hear that?
What?
Oh yeah, I did actually.
That was my fucking
He broke his
shoulder.
knuckles.
No, that was my shoulder, bro.
Oh,
It sounded like a gunshot. We will find you.
we
We
will
will
find
kill
you.
you.
Ah, I'm
In
turning
VR
alpha
chat.
right now.
In VR chat, of course.
In VR chat. Turning
we're the
alpha right
VR
now.
chat
Arr,
Mafia.
Rips off shirt.
We
arr.
should make a fucking YouTube channel just called VR Chat Mafia and upload all this incriminating shit that we find.
VR chat mafia. W. Whose dad is
There
coughing
will be
about her
like
business.
30 or 40 of us that are allowed to upload on that channel.
That'd be kind of funny. Listen, obviously, I'm just glad, like, I don't do much of the behind the scenes stuff. Like, I think as much as I contributed to this, aside from just, platforming it, is the fact that I got them to admit there was a 16-year-old on the staff. Like, that was fun. That's my specialty, is just talking to people.
You're a master debater, as they say.
That's right. I've been master debating my whole life, so
Me too.
I'm right.
Well, however, thank you all for listening, and appreciate you, Glass and Erg, genuinely for giving us and letting me spread awareness as well about these disgusting people. I'm gonna probably go drink bleach now because I don't want to think about it or see what the hell I just saw. Try to forget about this whole thing and just go enjoy some pizza.
It's a good idea.
Other than that, you guys have a good one. But I will be watching.
Real shit.
All right. Goodbye. I'll be
Goodbye.
back, maybe. I think. I don't know.
See you soon, buddy.
W
Same
Sam.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of
Fucking
course.
same shit he said, pretty much. Thank y'all. You know
Touche.
what I'm saying? But all right, I'm gonna let y'all get to it.
All right, man.
Saki, man.
Thank you, buddy.